Hey y'all, come on in, come on in, come on in. All right, this is day 19 of our 90-day run. Day 19, that's 10 days, and 9 plus together is 19. And today, our word for today is consistency. Consistency. Shout out to my inner circle. We have touched and agreed that every day for 90 days, we're going to go live, bring something positive to you, bring something encouraging to you, bring a word to you that can help you. Yeah, y'all making us work, but it's all good. We appreciate you being our accountability partners and helping us to stay on track. Why? Because the word for today is consistency. And it's so crazy because one of my accountability partners, my inner circle queen, national director, just got off her live talking about stay the course. Y'all, this is how you know that you're in the right circles when you are consistently being great minds think alike. You're constantly being led by the creator of what do the people need to hear today, whether it's today or 10 years from today, whether you're seeing this on my YouTube channel, on my podcast, on any of my social media platforms, y'all, consistency is the key. So much so that they're coming out with formulas of how many different things you have to do in order to reach your goal. And that's going to take consistency. 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 Now, let me ask you a question. What is your rate? Run rate. How long do you stick to something before you quit? Let me give you the definition of what my helpfulprofessor.com shared about consistency. Consistency is the ability to maintain a set pattern, behavior, or approach over time. It signifies reliability and predictability in actions or outcomes. Through consistency, individuals and entities build trust, demonstrate discipline, and achieve long-term results. See, even in college, they taught us in Business 101, you've got to have short-term, mid-term, long-term goals. Short-term would be anywhere from 0 to 6 months. Mid-term would be, or mid-range would be anywhere from 3 to 5 years. Long range would be 10 years or more. And when people start a business, they jump out and they think, okay, I'm going to start this business. The people are going to come and everything's going to be great. And they open their doors and you might see them here today and drive back a month later and you're like, where did that business go? Why are they gone? Because consistency was not one of their strengths. Consistency, consistently showing up every day saying, okay, how can I make today better than it was yesterday? What can I do today to get me closer to my short-term goal, that 0 to 6 months, or that 6 months to a year goal? I literally just got off a podcast with one of my multi-millionaire mentors, coaching mentors. And why do I say multi-millionaire? Because number one, he's younger than me. I'm like 3 times his age, but he sold his company for $119 million in just not even 6 months ago. Now, why am I talking to you? The biggest thing he talked about is how people, their run rate is so short. You see them, they pop up and they're ready to quit. He talked about when he was building his company, when he got to year 1, he was ready to quit. When he got to year 4, he was ready to just throw in the towel. And because he was smart enough to be able to be coached and have mentors around him to guide him, one of his mentors, and we're talking about his mentors are billionaires, one of his mentors said to him, and I hope you all catch this. He said, "You are treating your business like it's think of your business as a little puppy. For those of you that have fur babies, imagine you having a puppy, and after about 3 months you want to throw the puppy out. This is how you do your business. After about 6 months you want to quit the business. You want to throw that puppy out, as they say, the baby out with the bath water. 2 years in, you want to throw the puppy away because the puppy is not eating the food that you're giving them. 4 years later, you're definitely done with the puppy. The puppy's just time to go to the kennel, have them do whatever, put them out, go to the fire department, leave them on the side of the curb and say, whoever wants them, have them. Your business is like that puppy. Your relationships with your significant other is like that puppy. Your relationship at work, your relationship at church, your relationship at school, your relationships, period, takes what's called consistency. Now, let me talk about my industry. In my industry, we have what's called, I call them jumpers. They are consistent in jumping from company to company to company to company. They're consistent with jumping from team to team to team to team, thinking that when they jump over here, they're going to be more successful than they were over there. Well, guess what? You took you with you. So if you weren't working over here and you thought those people over there were going to help you be consistent, yeah, they'll help you for a minute, but after a while, they're going to be looking at you crazy like, okay, now what are you bringing to the table? Okay, we got you here, but what are you going to do? Then all of a sudden, your consistency goes out the window. Why? Because your run rate was not there. Remember, consistency is the ability to maintain a set pattern, doing the same thing over and over and over with a little twitch, a little tweak to it here and there. Why? Because times are changing. Y'all, I have an electrical engineering degree. The only thing that's still consistent about my degree is that if you stick your finger in an electric socket, you will be electrocuted. Mostly everything about how everything is happening now. Yes, we still have alternating and direct current, but everything in between, science has changed. When I started in engineering, the computers in my internship at General Motors took up an entire 45,000 square foot basement. Now that same computer is in our phones, in our watches. All of that data is right there. So with consistency, every day you got to get up and say, okay, what one thing am I going to do today to get me closer to my short-term, mid-term, long-term goal? And is it going to sometimes get boring? Yeah. Every day you contacting new people, is that boring? It depends upon your mindset. To me, contacting new people is amazing. Why? Because there's 8 billion people on the planet. So when you have people out there thinking they're stealing your team members, or they're stealing your customers, yeah, it's 8 billion people out there. As we say in the country, bless their hearts. You want to go over there? Go over there. It's good for us because you're still using our products. Bottom line is consistency. Those same people that call themselves being superstars today, guess what happened? I give them about 6 months. Remember that short-term, mid-term, long-range goals? In about 6 months to a year, they will have jumped to another team, or they will have jumped to another company. Why? Because consistency is that thing that they didn't work on to become better at what they do. How do we know this? It's the pattern, the behavior, the approach over time. So you just work on you, and you don't be one of those people that are not consistent. We have a joke here in the country. We see people pop up all the time starting businesses. And the one thing we can say about consistency here in the country is people are consistently not consistent. Did y'all get that? They are consistent with not being consistent. And bless their hearts. I have nothing but love for them, because at the end of the day, it's not how you run the race, it's whether you finish the race. It's not, let me go scripture on you for a quick second. It's to those who endure to the end. Are you going to be consistent? Am I going to be able to see you? We have a saying in our industry, be here 1 year from today. And even with consistency, we have people that quit and come back, quit and come back, quit and come back. That's their pattern of consistency. That's their set pattern of quitting, starting, quitting, starting. But do you realize every time you quit and you start, you're just throwing yourself further behind because you didn't master that word, consistency. So determine and decide today. Today, I will do what others will not do so that I can have what others don't have on tomorrow. And with that number one thing that you've got to be able to work on is consistency, so that your run rate is longer, so that when people come looking for you, you're still with the same company, you're still with the same team, you're still with the same products. Like this product right here, I've been drinking for over 8 years. Why? Because it's consistent. I can count on this right here to make sure I have a good old party in the potty. Y'all get that later. I wish I could have those little things floating around. I'm going to work on that so when I say it, it pops up. But this right here, this drink right here, we don't have to take laxatives because this is a gentle cleanse. It gently cleanses at the cellular level, your kidneys, your colon, your heart, your bloodstream. Those of you right about now that are in my category, my age range, the weather is changing and you're starting to feel it. No, we don't claim to cure or mitigate any diseases. All I can tell you is when you drink this, it helps with the inflammation. It's the inflammation that causes your joints to ache. This right here has 9 herbs in it. I'll even give you some secrets on some of them. Persimmon leaf, malva leaves, marshmallow. No, I'm not talking about marshmallows that you put on the chestnut roasting on an open fire marshmallow. But this, if you look it up, you'll find chamomile. This is what causes you to sleep better at night without having to take all those gummies. This drink right here is consistent. I can count on drinking this, and I can count on knowing that I'm going to have a flatter belly. And I was talking about that last night. A lady at the auction, y'all know that's my weakness, right? Yes, I'm addicted to the auction. I was even telling the guy at the auction, the owner, I said, I need an intervention. He was like, well, don't come to me because I'm not going to try to intervene in anything you do here at the auction except help you buy more stuff. So with that being said, he had no shame in his game. I said, eventually I'm going to get bold like that with my products where I'll have no shame in my game and tell y'all, hey, y'all need to invest in you so that your belly is flatter just by drinking this. Why? Because it's going to help flush out all those parasites that's I call them Klingons. They're clinging on to the inner wall of your intestines. So then all of a sudden you're craving sugars, starches, carbs that you're not supposed to be craving because they are saying, feed me, Seymour, feed me more. Sugar, starch, all those things that we should not be putting into our body. This helps to localize that for you. So if you want to get a flatter belly, like I was telling the lady when she asked me, she said, well, how many inches did you shout out to shameless plug and shout out to my accountability partner, Miss Tina Lynn Bickett, who taught me how I needed to start measuring, because I was always talking about weight. But after a certain while, it's not about weight anymore. It's how does you feel? How do you feel? How does your body feel in your clothes? And when I looked at it, I went from a size 52 waistline, y'all, 52 to a 38 waistline. Just drinking this. See, but if we don't pay attention. And until I started paying more attention, I started realizing. Somebody said to me last night when they saw me on my live, my skin is glowing. This helps get rid of a lot of those issues going in your skin. As you get older, the more you drink this, the skin begins to be better at the cellular level, y'all. It's taking care of all of that stuff inside. No, we don't claim to cure or mitigate any diseases. All we can tell you is when you clean the inside, guess what happens to the outside? It gets cleaner. So cheers to you. And my challenge to you is today, write down your short term, 0 to 6 months, a year. Where do you want to be a year from now? 1 year to 3 years. That's a midterm. Mid-range. Long-range goals. 3 to 5 years. And some say even 10. But what it does, some of y'all say, I don't even know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. That's why you need to write it down so that you can be taught to by the Creator to help guide you through, because you were sent to this planet for a reason, to make it better. The best 2 days of anybody's life is the first day they were born, and then the second day is that day that they realize what their purpose is, why they were put on this planet, to make this place a better place for all of us to live. So consistency, show up for work on time. Show up when you say you're going to do something. Stick to it. Do what you need to do. Right now, I'm in the middle of a campaign to get one of our local people, shameless plug, Dr. Giovanni Shoemake, elected mayor. Yeah, I said it. I am consistent with working every day to see what we can do to get him closer to his goal. So much so that, y'all, we were running in to vote today at 5:49 today. I was the last person to vote today because it's early voting here in Millen, Georgia. For those of you that are registered to vote, you want to help make this place a better place, Millen, Georgia, elect, yes, I said it, elect, go vote. Go vote. Right now, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. I'm just saying go vote. Go vote, because you are standing on the shoulders of people that got water hosed down, that had to count jelly beans to try to vote, had to count seeds in a watermelon to try to actively be able to vote, even after they had gotten their right to vote. So many people have been blocked to try to keep them from voting. And we're in an era now where even when the majority votes in the people that they want, there's people out there that are trying to say, you didn't know what you were doing when you went and posed to vote. Exercise your right to vote, because that vote is more powerful than any dollar bill. That vote dictates what's going to happen in your life. Yeah, they took civics out of the school, but I'm putting it right into the universe so that you know that you have the power to change not only your life, but those around you. But first, you got to work on your being consistent. So the word for today is consistency. Shout out to my inner circle, y'all. Day 19 underneath the belt. Day 20 is tomorrow. And for those of you that are in the state of Georgia, it's early voting. Go and exercise your right to vote, period. And you know how I always end. You ready? You, and you. Yes, you right there on my YouTube, on my Snapchat, on my WhatsApp, on my LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, formerly now known as X, Threads, all of you on all of my social media platforms, even my podcast. You are loved. Period. Remember, the word for today is consistency. Stay consistent. Keep showing up, because once you've asked for a blessing, that blessing is getting alignment to come find you. But you've got to be consistent with what you're seeking so that it can find you. Love y'all. Later.